yeah, we just spoke about what made you come into the game as an instructor, and as we can see here, this is Steve's new place, which is phenomenal. It's a great job. Not been here long, 6 months.
Yeah, yeah.
So where was your first venture? Was it Isan to start with?
It was Isan, yeah. I was obviously trying to find a name for my gym. That was before even opened my gym, trying to decide on a name was the hardest thing. And I went for this Isan. Now, my favourite Muay Thai fighter was Samson Isan back in the day, and I used to, you know, I've done loads of posts on Facebook about Samson, and used to, you know, spent a lot of my time studying his videos, and you know, that was part of my education really. And I just, one day the light went on, and I went ping, and I decided to call it Isan Gym. Now, my first base was down the road from Knuckles actually, so it was really close to Knuckles where we were. It was on the top floor. And always when I seen the size of the unit, I just thought this is the place I need to start. And it was only a small gym when I reflect on what we've got now. But you know, I produced, Tommy Lowe came from Knuckles, and we had, you know, Kieran Ildich come through. So we produced some good fighters early doors. You know, Tommy Lowe once won a couple of British titles for me, which I'll talk a little bit more about that later.
And how long was you there? Stay at the old place?
I was there 3 years,
right. And
within 2 years, really, it was starting to get that little bit tight for space. You know, with parents, and it was just getting busy. So
then one day I get a phone call and a video off you of an empty shell and said, Pete, I've done this.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow, what a move.
Well, it took me 18 months to find the place, and you know, because some days you're in a gym, you know, you're busy, the next week you can have free in. So I was always thinking it's going to be a bit of a gamble, but it was the right spot. It weren't too close from where my other unit was. I went too far, should I say. And I've got to thank a lot of the people in the gym, because a lot of the parents and a lot of the fighters and a lot of me members and the parents have all helped paint. Within 24 hours, this place was all painted. You seen it when I was bare shell, but after that, I think after that day, mate, it was blitzed, and within 24 hours, it was all painted.
It was done. Before we go on to your fighters and what you're doing now, it's not all about fighters, is it, Steve, what you do? I know you're doing a lot in the community that you probably don't like speaking about, but I see it, and I see what you do, and I see the classes and the mums classes you do. So it's not all about fighters. Tell us a little bit about what you're doing.
You know, I think with people, Isan Gym, because we've got such a good fight, you know, we're a fighting gym, and we've got a lot of good boxers, and you know, that's one thing. I don't want people to think we're just a fighting gym, because we have got a lot of mums groups. We have a Muay Thai mums, and that come off the back of me partner Tora and my daughter, because my Tora came to train my daughter just in the pram, and we decided to trial a Muay Thai mums, where parents post-pregnant or mums post-pregnancy can bring the kids. They can, you know, they can just chill out here and they can train, because obviously, it's difficult for them to get back into training when they've got a baby, and that's took off, and that's been really, really positive. And also, we do disability work, Pete. I was
going to say the disability. A lot of the chats I had with you was to find a ground floor unit on the level with a shutter, so that the disabled people could come and train.
Yeah, I mean, the disability class has been running about 5 years now. We started that just in a youth club when I worked further for Oldham Council, and it's just really, it's obviously just, it's snowballed, and we've done a lot of positive work. Some of my kids have done interclubs and things like that, you know, on little mini shows. They fought on Kevin Harper's, done training with Kevin Harper down at Majestic when I was there. So it's a real positive thing to see these kids, because a lot of these, you know, a lot of the kids who do come, we've got the disabilities, you know, they wouldn't have thought of coming into a gym, but the fact they're on the mats, they're doing Thai boxing, they're doing a bit of sparring, they're doing the technical work, they've all got sort of, you know, different needs, but it works well, man.
I think a lot of the instructors I speak to, it's great talking about fighters and all that, but you all must, especially what you do in the community and things away from the fighting, and I always say this, you do actually change lives, don't you?
Yeah, I'd like to think so, man. Yeah, I'd like to think I have that impact on some of the kids that come through, and just giving them opportunities to do things. Because you know, at some gyms in the past, and I've heard it, disability kids will go to a class and they'll get put in the corners, go on the back. Oh, you're doing great. They'll go on the back. But you know, it's making access for all, and the kids on the mats, they thrive. They do the sparring, and maybe just giving them opportunities they wouldn't get.
Brilliant. So we go back to the fighters, because that's what we do. You've supported our super shows, you know, for as long as you've been able to, and it's safe to say you had a tough start.
We did, yeah.
You know, and the kids were matched evenly. A few results didn't go your own way.
Yeah.
And I'd speak to you the day after, and you've not gone away. You've stuck with it. How's that journey been?
It's been amazing, because I think my first top junior, Tommy Lowe, who was at Knuckles, and he'd won a few. I think he won an English title and stuff like that, and he had a couple of area titles, and he was my first kid that came through. He won his first British title on the Super Show. He fought a kid from the Grip House. I can't remember his name, but that was his first sort of big fight for Tommy. And then obviously we've got Luke Mattinson coming through. So we've had a lot of kids that have come from other gyms.
The stable's strong.
Yeah.
It's lucky. I'm lucky. It's close to me. I get a chance to pop up and see you. I know the lads.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about how proud you are with getting a fighter on your cow.
Massively proud, because that's always been my big goal when I started. I wanted to do it and do it right. I wanted to bring, my juniors coming through. I wanted success. I wanted success. I didn't do it just to, do a bit of hard work. I wanted success, and I feel we're getting there. I'm only 3 years in as well, Peter, as you know. So this is my 4th year of coaching, and the fact that I've got, got 2 world champions in Tommy Lowe and Luke Mattinson. I've got Ella Haywood, Sandy champion. I've got Anthony Amo, who's got an Anglo title. Anthony came from me, he was at GFC. So he was already well skilled under Darren Phelps before he came over to me. And he's settled in well. We've got Connor Shaw, English champion. We've got Georgia Connaughton, she's won a Novice Open Championship. So I've got loads of good kids coming through.
You just mentioned there Phillips, and
yeah,
people like Darren, we can all only learn from, can't we? Some great instructors in the game.
He's very knowledgeable, and a lot, Darren's dead straight as well. And a lot of my guys, we do go over sparring. He's brings some of his kids over here, and we go over sparring there. So I've got a good relationship with Darren. We can pick his brains, and we'll always have a catch up with stuff. But all his boxers are well skilled.
That's great.
Really well skilled.
That'll do us on the Steed Only and Nissan little setup. We'll have a cup of coffee, and then we'll come back and we'll talk World Championships.
Cheers, Pete.